I find it funny when I overhear someone saying something like, "This game's fanbase is so toxic," because any fanbase can be toxic and even dangerous when you push the right buttons. For example, the Persona fanbase is hailed by many non-believers who don't take their time. It's right there at the bottom of the screen, guys, come on. As one of the most toxic fanbases ever created. I've boiled this reasoning down to 3 major talking points. Talking point number 1, they refuse to accept reasoning. Persona fans have a reputation for absolutely blocking out all reasoning in favor of defending their favorite Persona games, no matter how shitty they can be. Now, as someone who said that Persona 3, 4, and 5 all suck, I think I can be the deciding factor in whether this is true or not, and newsflash, it isn't as bad as you think. I've gotten shit from Persona fans for saying Persona 3 wasn't perfect, but I've gotten far more shit for saying that I wasn't excited for DDLC+. I think a lot of people have specifically targeted this because Persona as a franchise has become far more mainstream, and therefore the number of casual fans who aren't dedicated to the series has dramatically increased, leading to a shocking realization that there are hardcore fan Personas out there. Wait, what? Does this mean that the majority of Persona fans are like this? No, not even close. And many Persona fans, from my experience, are very much so open to reasoning and have been open about many issues past games have endured. But try and tell a Call of Duty fan that all CODs are the same and they'll write a 15-page essay about how you're wrong and they slept with your mother. Tell a hardcore Rainbow Six Siege fan that the game is broken and they'll just boil your argument down to you being a dog water player, most likely in bronze. Talking point number 2, they're too dedicated to the characters. This is another argument that's just plain fucking stupid for the most part. Is it really a crime to revel in a character's story arc and see just how far they've come since the beginning of the game? I get it, the characters are underage for the most part, and people who, say, have An as their woman crush Wednesday may be a little suspect. But it gets a little out of hand when you feel the same way about someone appreciating a story arc. Yusuke, for example. He has one of the most intriguing arcs out of anybody in Persona 5, and maybe even the entire series. People appreciating and understanding his arc aren't weirdos who like underage anime characters. They're doing the exact same thing film lovers do with movie characters. Tony Stark has been at the center of film appreciation ever since his arc was completed in Endgame. This is the exact same thing. And need I say that the exact same argument can be made of every game series, Doki Doki Literature Club, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Five Nights at fucking Freddy's? The final major talking point is that they all think the same way. Notice how throughout this entire video, I have been clear to distance myself from the Persona fanbase, even though I would go out on a limb and say that I do like the Persona franchise. That's because we all know that there is a minority of people in the Persona fanbase who are just plain stupid. I have an acronym for these kinds of fans who make life just a little bit harder. PIMPs. Persona, imbeciles, mumbling, pointless shit. These guys make being a Persona fan hard to manage, and I can understand not liking them as they can be at the center of problems nobody asked for. But let's not assume that this very small minority is actually the entire fanbase, because it isn't. And again, the same thing can be attributed to almost every other fanbase, if not all of them. You can't just see a few people posting about porting Persona 5 to the Switch and say, the Persona fanbase is out of control. It's not all of us, it's the vocal minority. As a content creator, I especially understand this. My DDLC Plus, the good, the bad, and the ugly is my most viewed video ever and has over 700 comments talking about how the video sucked, yet almost 2,000 people liked my video, most likely in agreement with me. Just because they're the minority doesn't mean they're going to be less vocal than the majority. That's like politics 101. Let me conclude this video by saying how much I hate when people shit on whole communities when their issues lie with people who don't even make up 20% of the actual fanbase. I've made my fair share of controversial videos discussing topics that many people would disagree with me on, but never have I assumed that all of one fanbase is consistent with the small percentage of crazy pimps that I deal with. I really don't want to be the guy that everyone says, oh my god, he's defending Persona fans, what a weenie, but y'all are off the mark by a long shot. And what's wrong with liking a franchise? I've seen some of you batshit crazy monkeys cosplay Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts, Rainbow Six Siege, and anime characters, so why is Persona any different, or DDLC, or any other gaming fan base? I guess my point is that when you talk about gaming communities and fan bases, understand that your complaints may very well lie with a small percentage of people, so don't make it seem like everybody is a certain way when in reality everybody is unique in their own right. And that's especially for bigger content creators who influence these subjects, because some of you guys really push for that revenue, don't you? Thanks for tuning into today's video. I said I would upload in January. If you enjoyed my crucifixion, then feel free to leave a like, comment if you agree with my points or not, I don't give a shit, and subscribe so that I can feed my family. We've been eating cat food and tuna cans for months now. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Yamano, where she was found dead in the exact same circumstances, except for the fact that she was hung from a TV antenna. We ask that you and your family stay safe in these trying times. Moving on to our next story, flowers, glitter, and Juness. Follow these tips to make your daughter fall in love with you and your parenting skills.